situation. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast. This week, proudly brought to you by Casper and Squarespace. Where are my sponsors at?
Where they be at?
They're not here.
Right here.
You got ditched. There they are.
There they are.
Whoa,
Casper,
Gavin,
Squarespace
hello
over
again.
there. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, I'm Gavin.
I'm Gus.
Brennan?
I'm Blaine.
And I'm Gus. What are you doing, Blaine?
You know what I'm doing.
You're pouring beer into
Is that a plastic
a
cup?
flask.
Look what's on my feet.
You have
We're gonna see if this
protein
works.
powder?
You got a protein beer?
Yeah.
Isn't protein in beer?
There is. I think, hold on.
That's-
I think you could actually, there's enough,
You should have a cooking show where you just add protein to crap that really doesn't work.
That's a
Good
giant
Lord.
tub.
yeah, it's running low.
It's almost empty. How long have you had that tub?
Couple months.
So how does that work? Like if you
It's
have
gonna be like Friday.
like a kilogram of that, does it add a kilogram to you of muscle? Like does that become you?
I don't know.
Like what's the ratio there? Like how much of that
I'm
goes
sure
to
you
waste?
shit most of it out, right? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, you called this. This wasn't working.
It looks
really.
like it's like solidified. It's like
So it's
solid
12,
water.
So 1 scoop per 8 ounces. So I'll do
So
a half.
1.5 scoops
Oh
would be
god, it
12
looks
ounces.
gross. Look at the bottom; it's all green.
It's not
and-
dissolving at all. For people who are
It's
purely
clumped.
listening,
And I'm going to have to shake it up so it's going to be all foamy.
Blaine is putting protein powder into a beer.
This is only going to just go in support of people who
It's
think-
not dissolving.
think I'm a
It's
one-trick pony.
bubbling maybe, and he's
I
not
don't
shake
think you
it.
should shake. I think you should
Tumble?
like roll it. Yeah, tumble it
Tumble it.
because otherwise it will foam
Should've got
everywhere.
one of those little metal balls.
Oh yeah, there you go. I've never seen this done before.
Well, you're not going to really see it because oh my god, that
Ooh,
Oh,
it's turning like a milky white.
what flavor is that of protein powder?
Chocolate.
So,
So
it's
it's
chocolate and
chocolate.
beer.
Chocolate beer. That's a thing. I drank one the other day. It's pretty good.
What if we're seeing the invention of like a multi-billion-dollar product?
I heard on NPR earlier that where was it? I want to say in Japan. Who was it? One of the breweries in Japan announced that they're going to start marketing and selling a health beer.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a non-alcoholic beer that they purport has health benefits.
they inject it with AIDS.
We didn't say it was good health benefits.
So wait, what's the point? I mean, if it's not alcoholic, it's just yeasty. It's just been yeasted.
I'll see if I can look it up.
It's gonna. I don't know why. I want to gag.
Oh!
What is that? It's
The beer,
mad.
the protein beer is fighting Blaine now.
Oh, here we go.
Oh god.
Oh, that looks awful.
It's not bad. It actually tastes like a Coke float. You want to try?
No.
It tastes like a Coke float.
What's a Coke float?
Coke float? It's you take Coke and you put ice cream in it. It's nice and foamy and delicious.
Ooh.
Yeah, do you want some?
No, I'm good.
Oh, come on. It's good.
I can't find the story.
That was a racist Pokemon.
Jinx? Oh, yeah.
It was a blackface Pokemon.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they changed it to purple.
Yeah.
It was all gray though,
Stupid.
right? It was on a Nintendo, like a.
I think. Well, the
No,
TV,
in the
TV show
cartoon.
was
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
pretty racial.
And the Pokemon cards,
Pokemon cards.
which I had a shit ton of.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. They still have them at my house in Dallas. They
How
were
many?
worth
How
nothing.
many?
Oh, man. So many duplicates. I wouldn't even know. But
Counting duplicates.
I mean, I had a binder this thick, and they had 9 holders per, and I filled it, you know? Like, it was...
I watched some significant fights at school over Pokemon cards. Like people just beating
Like
each
fist
other.
fights.
Yeah.
My neighbor fucking stole, what did he steal? I think a Machamp and the punching one.
Oh, there's
Is
Jinx.
that the Jinx?
But
Yeah.
I think that used to be black.
What?
Yeah, no, it used to be different. Anyways, I remember my mom going over and chewing this kid's ass. She's like, "You give my son back his Pokemon cards," and he's just like fucking crying, and his mom's like yelling at her. So
Yeah, one of my friends went over to another friend's house to like swap some stuff,
Mhm.
and he like knocked on the door. He's like, "Yeah, these are all my Pokemon cards. Let's see what we got." His mum just came over, took the binder, and was like, "We'll get back to you," and closed the door. And he was like,
What?
"What?" And then like that guy's dad went over, and they were like pounding on the door, and it was like it was a whole thing.
Pokemon fever went fucking nuts. I remember when I was a kid going to a Target in the toy section while my parents were like in the clothing section or something, and I was looking, and they had one left in stock. It was a Pikachu stuffed animal, and I started walking towards it, and a fucking grown woman runs in front of me and grabs it off the shelf before I could grab it. Like, she saw clearly that I was doing that. And I was like, I remember being like, I don't know, 8, and I was just like, what are you doing? So, yeah, people went nuts over that stuff. It was like the Furby fights.
Yeah, I think that was around the same time that yo-yos came back. after like 100 years.
Yo-yos came back.
Yeah,
yeah,
you don't
in a
remember that?
big way.
Everybody
I was
had a
an adult
yo-yo.
by then.
I remember the
No,
yo-yos.
but you must have seen them everywhere. Kids would just be hanging
No,
out.
I
in the
didn't go to
street
the
with their
fucking toy
yo-yos.
store.
Well, it's because they put like those clutches in them, which meant that if you were crap at yo-yo, you were good. Because
Yeah,
it
it
would come
just
up
kept
on its
spinning,
own.
and then
Yeah,
it like
like-
had all these lights.
Man, I had a pink Duncan yo-yo. I still have that thing. That thing's awesome.
My brother had a bumble. It's called a bumblebee. Do you have hear of those yo-yos?
Is that one of the ones that like looked like a butterfly kind of thing?
It was just like a normal looking, but it was like £100. It was really expensive.
Yeah.
They got up there. It was like all in the little gears and stuff in the
I had
middle.
an X-Brain and I did around the world and it flew off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Those around the worlds,
Did
man.
it disappear?
It did.
Man, you remember walking the dog? Oh,
Yeah,
I could
dude.
walk the dog
It's
day and
just
night.
amazing, like the guys who like brought that back.
By
And
the
they
way,
were like, "What about yo-yo? That's been around forever." Like, I don't know why they didn't try like the cup and ball.
We had a school assembly where like a professional yo-yoer, which is apparently a thing,
Yeah.
came and did her whole fucking, you know, and I remember my mom was a teacher, so I was like, can I get her autograph? I got the most worthless autograph ever.
Yeah, we had the same. Like some guy called like Johans or something. Yeah, Bumblebee.
Oh man, look at it go.
But I bet it was just
It's not
some
going, it's
dude.
a picture.
Some dude was looking at the list of like old toys and was just like, "Yeah, yo-yo, we'll do that again."
Yeah.
And
Next-
just like get all the
Next
money
year,
again.
tops.
Yo-yo scheduled to come back in like 2043.
I would love it if we could bring back the ball in the cup. thing.
Yeah.
Oh, ball and cup?
We should we should make those and give those away.
Like
as
Rooster
the
Teeth
bag insert at
ball in
RTX.
the
Bag
cup.
insert at RTX.
It's funny whenever you guys are trying to come up with what we're going to give away for RTX, because anything noise related, Gus is like, fucking shut it down, you know? Because remember last South by Southwest, they gave out like whistles. I don't even think they were just.
Oh,
I
dude,
don't
you know
if
what we
they're
should
rape
give
whistles
away?
or what, but they
Do you ever have those tube things with like a weight in one end? And you turn it up something like, "Oh." It was like
that is
that.
perfect.
Yeah, we should just give those away.
That was accurate.
Do you ever have those?
No. People have suggested like vuvuzuelas or like the sticks that you like pound
Vuvuzelas.
together and make noise.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the podcast panel?
No, not happening.
By the way,
Well,
I
we know now everyone's gonna bring one.
I always assume that these conversations are so boring for anyone who didn't like get in that yo-yo phase, which I imagine the window was like what, maybe 5 years
Yeah.
if you were in those years of school. So I apologize if it's just like really.
Man,
sure
fuck 'em. I don't apologize.
I'm sure everybody can appreciate how stupid it is.
Yeah.
Did you ever have go-go's?
Go-go's.
Tell me.
Like line them all up and you like ping them and you try and hit another line of them on the other side.
Oh, is that like the
Were they Go-Go's?
Newton's Cradle?
No, Newton's Cradle's like that.
Yeah. That's basically what you described, though, right?
Totally different. This one has yo-yos.
Remember Beyblades or whatever, or whatever they were called, where you fucking rip
make 'em fight?
something. You just rip those things up and they like spin around. Those are
Oh, I had
ridiculous.
one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Did you have Pogs?
Fuck
Oh,
yeah,
everybody had
Pogs.
Pogs.
Oh man.
What did you back in the past? What did you have?
Did you know that
I had a Pog
Rocks,
maker, by
rocks
the way.
and
did you know that Yvonne worked at Pogs?
No.
yeah.
You should get her autograph.
Shimon.
She was like the CFO of Pogs.
What? If
What?
Yeah, y'all didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Did she
Why
just
did
have
she
like?
leave?
Pogs went away.
I want to go
Like,
to
she said-
Yvonne's
she said
house.
that literally just like one day it was like, Pogs were amazing. And the next day it was like, oh yeah, nobody's buying them now.
I bet if we go to Yvonne's house, she's just got like a room that's just like the entire wall is just Pogs. That'd be pretty sick. Pogs are
Would really be sick.
that'd be really
Would you
cool.
go in
What
there?
did we have when I was a kid? We had it's probably the same shit. It all comes back around.
You have like
Yeah.
brick.
He-Man,
He-Man!
G.I. Joe, Transformers,
They're just
or
action figures.
GoBots. Yeah.
Shit, yeah, all that stuff got recycled. Because I remember He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I fucking loved that as a kid.
I sat in when I was at DICE. I sat in on a talk that was given by a guy who used to work at Mattel, and he was the guy who came up with the idea of making the cartoon to sell the toy. Like He-Man was his idea.
Whoa.
He was like, yeah, and he was like, we want to make this toy. He had worked a lot in Barbie. He worked in Barbie for decades. He's like, we want to make a doll we can sell to boys, but we're gonna make a cartoon first
To make it cool.
to make them like it, and then it'll just be a commercial for the toy.
That's interesting.
And it worked.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
that was like his idea. They hadn't done that.
and
It's
that was
always
a model
interesting-
for like all kids like programming for the next
G.I.
since
Joe,
now.
Transformers.
Yeah.
Do you have Thunderbirds?
Oh yeah, Thunderbirds are go.
Yeah.
Wasn't they combined,
Well, everything combines.
right?
Yeah, you got to buy them all. You're an idiot if you don't.
Thunderbirds were just
What are you,
5
poor?
different vehicles.
And then don't they combine into like a mech? No.
You think Voltron, maybe?
I'm thinking of Voltron and Power Rangers. I
mean,
guess. I don't think I did Thunderbirds.
I think Thunderbird 4 was inside of Thunderbird 2, but that's about it.
Okay. No, I don't think I did Thunderbirds.
It was like the marionette program, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember. I remember
was like
watching that.
the
It was like
original.
from the '60s, wasn't it?
God, we're getting all nostalgic.
Yeah, but I thought it was an American show, but it's not. It's a British
No,
show.
it's a British show.
But everyone in it is American. I
You
think.
can't tell by the terrible American accents.
No, I only watched it as a kid. Unless they were doing that weird sort of transatlantic accent that kind of is right in the middle.
What does that sound like? Give us your best translation.
I don't know. I can't do it.
How would you like? Ideally, what would your genitals be like? I don't really like my balls hanging out so exposed.
Yeah, but they need to be cooler than your body.
Yeah, but it's not ideal.
Well, how low do they hang?
Mine? We're not gonna get into it, but pretty.
You brought it up.
Kind of low. Yeah, when it's hot out, man.
I would love to see what if you could design your genitals. Like, what would that look? You know how some people get really tacky with stuff
Yeah.
if they have that customization option. Like, you'll drive a car into a chop shop in GTA and just come out with the worst thing ever. I imagine your dick would be some sort of chromed spinner, like stabby thing.
It looked pretty cool, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I would get a spinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. LED lights on it.
You flip it over and it goes, oh.
You can hit them together. Like they make the banging noise.
It was really
Some-
good at this.
But they really are the perfect shape
What's that?
and the perfect design. Ugly bastards, but they're
Balls or dicks?
just the whole lot.
I think
Anus too.
Everything in the human body is designed really well.
It's just weird that you can't be attracted. I guess you can, but like there's all like these facial features that you're attracted to on a person, on a girl, say for you, but genitals don't really have that unless you've actually seen a vagina and been like, I'm really turned on by that vagina.
You're not?
would.
No, I mean,
I've
if you
seen-
saw them
I'm
more
turned
often,
on.
though.
I'm turned on
like
by
regularly.
everything else, but a vagina on its own isn't sexy.
I mean, depends.
Like if I just showed you one and it was in my hand, you'd
I
be
mean,
like,
that's like with anything. If I just showed you a tit right now, you'd be like, "What the fuck?" You know, like I don't know.
I guess that's true.
You need context.
Eyes. If you just give a single eyeball, you know,
Yeah, you're right.
it's got to be an ensemble.
I'll give you credit. My point kind of fell apart.
I'm sorry, Gavin.
Is that a first? Gavin has a point
Absolutely
that
not.
falls apart.
Have I talked about the first time I saw a vagina?
No.
Do tell.
So I was on the bus.
Wait, so it wasn't like a picture?
Wait, this was like last week.
I was
Was
on
this
the
like a-
school bus in like I don't know, second grade or something, and this kid had a penthouse which is like filthy, and he turned to like Paige and it was just like a close up of a vagina and like just like hardcore everything bare. And he's like, check this out. I remember looking and be like, hey, what's that? He's like, oh, that's a pussy. And me being like, cool. And then in my head being like, what the fuck is that?
Is he in second grade also?
Where does that go?
Where's her wee wee?
Was
So
he in
how
second
old are
grade
you?
also? The kid
Yeah.
showing this to you? Wow.
And that was
No,
the first.
he was my teacher.
And that was the first time you saw a growler.
Yeah.
A growler.
Because, like, you might, like, come across, but there's, like, there's hair covering and stuff. But this was just, like, it was just right there. And I could not make sense of it.
Did you have nightmares?
No.
So when you first had some intercourse, were you like, I'm prepared for this. I know what I'm dealing with down there.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks
well,
to the experience looking at a penthouse when he was 8.
I remember doing reading before I was with a young female. I did reading beforehand, and I think I did pretty well. I remember my first erection. I thought a bone had slipped out of place and jutted into my skin flap, and then I was like, "Uh-oh." Yeah, I didn't know what was going on with my body.
You're like, Mom.
I didn't.
Book your
I didn't.
phone.
I just remember sitting watching TV. And I was just like, "Ah,
What were you watching?
what is this?" Man,
G.I.
what
Joe?
was I watching? That's a really good one. I'll have to think about that.
Be careful.
I remember I was playing.
Very good, Brandon.
I was playing with a Luke Skywalker action figure, but that was not what initiated the.
Did you think you had a lightsaber built in?
Wow, wow. This is all. Mom, look. No.
Bye.
Bye.